everyone, this is Mahay over here at Sacred Kernel, coming back at you with the Lightworker weekly reading. The card that kind of flew out when I was doing my pre-shuffle is this one here called Wait. So I'm taking this to be kind of the overarching message from Spirit here. It says, don't rush into action right now. Sorry about that. That was kind of weird. I am not the only one. I know I'm not the only one who's kind of been having a rough go of it lately with some outside energies trying to influence me, or maybe it's just my own recent ascension. But anyway, we're getting right back on track here. I'm not going to be deterred. Overarching energy here says, wait. Don't rush into action right now. Bide your time for better results. And we just see her and look at her. She looks a little bored. I mean, I can relate to this a little bit. I'm one of those people that always likes to be doing something, but it's like this also is a challenge in and of itself, isn't it? To just really, it's a test of faith. Put your faith, in the divine and trust that things are working out. The more you try to manipulate things, then, the harder it is for those things to come into you. I think we all know that. Okay, so I'll place that right over here. Okay, let's get right into it here. So, advice from Spirit. We have, I love this card, especially since I'm so into Kemetic philosophy in ancient Egypt here. It says, honor the deities around you. Prayers, offerings, help. So, don't forget to speak it. Speak to your ancestors. Speak it to the spirits that follow you, the deities that you work with. It may be enough, or may have felt like enough for you to know that you have such a strong connection there, that you are blessed, that you're connected to those deities and tapped in. But, don't get complacent in that bond and in that connection. It's still, discipline, right? To maintain the most basic things, meditation, speaking the prayers and the thank yous and the requests for help to those deities, honoring them in the symbols and offerings that they appreciate. All of that is discipline, even if you feel like you're real tight with a specific deity or a certain pantheon, it does not hurt. In fact, it only helps to remember those small, even though they're not small, but those little thank yous that really mean so much and help maintain that bond, strengthen that bond. It's the same with any relationship, isn't it? The more you pour into it, the more you receive out of it. I love that. Also love this imagery. The paired oracle card here is dream big. Let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. Oh yes. Oh yes. I mean, I know I'm not the only one here who's felt that 2023 is going to be quite impactful, all right? And so allow yourself to really take this rest period time, right, since we're resting and we're waiting, to allow yourself to imagine, those manifestations of the next year, what your goals are, and really push it, so much has happened even within 2022. It's what are the limits really? What limits are there really for your dreams? So just keep pushing it forward. And anything you can imagine, try imagining double that, 4 times that, I'm hearing. I love that. Okay, next one. Interact and relate. We got this one last time too. This card is so beautiful. Yes, pour back into others, pour back into the community. I'm really feeling this is like connections you've already established now. Those are the ones that you also want to pour into. So not just the spirits that you have, but the actual individuals in your life, your soul family, your spirit tribe, just people that you have. Interact and relate. So don't forget to pour into those relationships as well as the metaphysical. Playtime. Oh, yes. So make sure you're having, those happy, joyful interactions with those people as well. We're still in the midst of holiday season. At least, that's the time that I'm filming this. So what better excuse? If you need an excuse, what better excuse to spend some happy, joyful moments with your family? You know, spirit family, not necessarily physical family. It'd be great if it was that too, but not everyone has that or has a great relationship with their actual family. So I'm just talking about people that you really are drawn to, that you have a solid bond with. That is what I mean by family. Playtime. The dolphins know the importance of playing, as joy creates miracles and manifestation. Oh, yeah. And, you know, what better way also to pass the time while you're waiting? You don't have to sit here on the couch being bored, being antsy. In fact, that's also kind of counterproductive, isn't it? So while you're over here waiting on things to come to fruition, you can also spend that time, you know, playing games, like having a good old time, sharing wonderful experiences with those around you. And don't forget, of course, to always be grateful. Oh, yeah. Look at them. Look at them. I really love the sky over here on the right. Like, yes. Laugh and have fun. Smile, positive energy and joyfulness. So the more that you stay in this high vibrational, positive energy, the more you solidify those manifestations coming through, the more you make it easier for them to come through, the more you're able to counterbalance and protect yourself against any sort of, you know, negative energy trying to come on in. This is very important, you know, distract yourself with having a great old time with people that you really value and who value you, and remembering how blessed you are and pouring back into those relationships, all of it. This is wonderful. This is going to be a really, really happy week for everyone. And then we have rest. Oh my goodness, echoing here with this weight card. You've been working hard. Take a nap and get some rest. You know, don't feel bad about taking a little rest period. That's wonderful. So play, treat yourself, you know, be kind to yourself. I'm really loving the messages here from Spirit. You know, I'm happy to be able to share them with this Lightworker Collective. We have the Empress here in reverse. We have the Moon here in reverse. We have the Knight of Wands. I almost said King. Knight of Wands. We have like, oh, there's a King. King of Pentacles. And the Two of Cups. Okay, so it looks like one of these relationships that you're working on here is going to be quite significant going into next year. But let's just kind of take this one card at a time here. The Empress here in reverse. So this is you really trying to get into this energy. I feel that this is something you've been working on for the last several weeks, if not months, you know, if not years, you know, but I definitely feel like this has been a more recent project to kind of get into this Empress energy. With, you know, remind ourselves that the Empress and the Emperor are both the incarnations of all of the kings and queens of the deck. So the Empress is the perfect balance of all of the queens here. So, you know, you may still be trying to fine-tune that four-way balance, if that makes sense. But because this card is here now, I feel like this is you getting really, really close to that energy. I'm also sensing a dual meaning of this card, some duality here. My eye is drawn to the shadows as well. There may be a false Empress in your circle that is trying to, you know, kind of horn in like on your energy and siphon a little bit of that, something for you to be aware of. But quite frankly, you know, with the advice up here and just kind of just being tapped in myself, it's like, look, the more that you stay in your high vibration, the harder it is for energies like this to even touch you. They have to reach you to touch you, you know? And if they're stuck doing all of this nonsense, they keep missing the point. They're missing the point. They're never going to reach you, you know? Okay, we have the Moon here in reverse. This is about like things coming to the light, things being revealed, all right? There's nothing hidden, or that what has been hidden will be revealed about this. So you very well may already know who this is, and then other people will also become aware of who this is. with the moon in reverse here too, it's giving me the sense that you are going to have your own downloads about different situations, whatever projects you've been working on, especially when you tap in to, you know, the discipline of saying thank you and being grateful with these deities that have been walking with you and lending you strength all this time. When you pour back in and you start thinking about this, maybe in coming in through your dreams or just meditation or through your intuition, they're going to enlighten some other things for you for the way forward. We have this Knight of Wands here. Now, I really like this deck just because of the imagery here. I mean, I guess that's why else would you really like a deck, but just look at this Knight of Wands. You really feel the fire energy here. So I guess Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, not always. And I mean, I personally have like mixed feelings about calling out certain zodiac signs because it's like it could be a significant factor in their chart, but not necessarily like their top three. You know, use your discernment, but just know that, yeah, the wands do represent that fire energy, and it's really, really clear as day on this Knight of Wands here. This is also making me feel like there's someone in your life, in your circle, that has been not a significant part of your journey. They may have been in the past, but it's like recently, as you've been going through these recent transformations and this growth, this fire energy hasn't been a part of it. But now they're trying to come back in, and it's really like, look at the ferocity of which they're coming in, that determination that they're coming in. They're going to try and find a way to, they want a piece of your acceleration. They want a piece of your ascension. They see that you are growing and you've been building on something. You're working on the fruits to come in, and they just want to be there, you know, in your circle when that happens, so that they can say that they were there, so they can say, hey, can I have a little piece since you have so much abundance, like all of that. For some of you, I'm feeling that this is your energy. You internally are wanting to just jump on this project that you've been working on. I feel really like warm right now, my goodness. I'm feeling the heat. You're wanting to do this, and that's maybe one reason why it's a challenge for you. It's part of your challenge to just sit here and wait, sit here and rest, and kind of be in this moment. Like, look at her red hair too. It's just kind of like, yeah. So for some of you, this could be part of your challenge, is to really kind of not try and force things into happening because you're feeling a little bit, what's the word? I'm like, I'll get it in just a second, but impatient, I guess. Okay. King of Pentacles. Okay. This is the energy that you want in your circle. This energy, the King of Pentacles, is someone who is able to, like, they seem lucky. I see that with the leprechaun here. They seem lucky, but it's not luck. It's about efficiency. It's about planning. It's about knowing how to invest your resources to get your resources back. This king is not a stingy king, yet they do seem to always have abundance around them. Okay, and that is partially due to, right, the truths, the universal truths of when you invest wisely, then you get a better return. You don't just throw your coins around willy-nilly and expect stuff to grow. No, you have to know how to. That's the king aspect of it, right? Being a great authority when it comes to managing your resources. And if you are that, then you can. That's how you get more and more. There's so much growth here, so much fertility, so much abundance. This is the energy that you want to sit in or invite in, not this Knight of Wands energy. This is just a knight as well. There's no king here. This person gets told what to do by the king. This is the energy that you want. And then also too, like, this reminds me of, you know, like in A Christmas Carol, the king or the ghost that is all about abundance, right? The one who's talking about, I believe it's Christmas Past. But anyway, this jovial energy, this big abundance energy, and it's coming over here sitting underneath this laugh and have fun and playtime. It's just kind of like, just further confirmation that when you sit back and pour into yourself, then that is when you're going to be receiving all of these rewards. That's when you really recognize the abundance that's already around you. And of course, it's one of those universal laws that when you sit in that energy of I'm so abundant, that's when the universe wants to pour more abundance on you because you're claiming it. Wonderful. And then we have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups here. This is a union, right? A relationship. I almost said unity, but so, maybe this too is connected to this abundance that you're receiving when you acknowledge, the bond that you have with these deities that walked alongside you, that have given you wisdom, given you strength, given you protection, okay? And then in the 3D, you have these individuals that are also providing, in what they can, right? Protection, wisdom, support, and love. It makes it easier to sit in this kind of energy where I am so abundant. I'm happy with where I am. I value the connections that I've made, metaphysical and physical, and I'm just blessed, right? When we sit in this energy, it makes it easier to rest as well because we don't have to worry about what's next. What do we have to do? All of that stuff. We just can enjoy what we have. We can play more easily. And of course, get ready for that next chapter because nothing stays stagnant for too long. And as a light worker, we're constantly subject to ascension and new trials and new struggles and new challenges and also new rewards coming through. All right, let's get into that last little row here. The Knight of Cups. The Two of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Oh, and the Three of Swords. Okay. All right. So with this Knight of Cups in this configuration here, this is about an offer, okay? An offer coming through, a potential opportunity or connection to be made with someone. With it sitting in this energy in between and also with dream big and honor the deities around you, what I'm really sensing is that this is an offer that's going to be a small offer that's going to be an attempt to sway you from your goals, what you know is right. And this is a challenge for you to make the right call, essentially. I mean, no one can tell you what the right call is. That's between you, your intuition, your guides, and all of that. But it's a Knight of Cups, okay? It's not an Ace of Cups, it's a Knight of Cups. This is like a fork in the road, essentially. You make your own pathway with your free will. And if you are, how do I put this? If you are genuine in your intent, then the universe will work with you. But if you are making this decision out of any level of anxiety or fear, this is going to set you back, okay? And you have to be able to acknowledge what the potential is here. You have to use your discernment, okay? And if this were over here, I would have a little bit of a different feeling about it, but because it's sitting over here next to the inverted moon, the inverted empress, and underneath this very spiritual energy here, it's just like, okay, this is a moment for you to sit back in your intuition and use your discernment for this Knight of Cups. Again, it's a knight as well. Okay, so it's a little bit like it's not... It's a little bit less dynamic of an energy. Then we have this Two of Swords. I almost said Two of Wands, but this Two of Swords. See, the Two of Wands, I think it leads me to believe that you might have a big project, a big opportunity that you're considering, that you're working on, okay? I know it's not here, but I'm just saying that I feel like because I, made that little slip there, I feel like it has meaning, and it's bringing me to saying this, essentially, that you need to evaluate the potentials okay? The potential of this offer that comes right in front of your face, and the potential of the offer of, you know, the future, the thing that you've actually been working on yourself with the help of your guides, okay? So just think about it. Bird in the hand, worth two in the bush? Or is it really like you're putting your faith in the divine and what you've already built in the ground and seeing, okay, well, I've planted this seed. I'm starting to see it grow into a sapling. Like, am I really going to give this up for this potted plant someone's given me, you know? Like, this is your call. Two of Swords. So this, I love this card because it shows the two figures, each one having a sword, and then them both being blindfolded, okay? Notice how his hand is not on his blade and hers is. Who's holding up this blade? Okay, who is holding this? It almost feels like, is she holding up both? What's happening here? Okay, this is a little bit of that confused energy. You're kind of like him and hawing in between. Which is the right one? Which is the right one? But you see how, again, how one hand is on and one hand is not on? I think deep down inside, you know exactly what you need to do. And the moon imagery here is just kind of right directly next to this moon as well. You're probably going to get some information or a realization or just some clarification within your own third eye, your own mind, maybe even in front of both your eyes. That's going to help you really solidify the direction that you need to go. Just don't be impatient, okay? Don't let fear or anxiety cloud your judgment. Don't let any outside energies lower your vibration to where you become more confused, even more blindfolded than what you really are. Okay, the wheel in reverse. So the wheel's already turning. The wheel's already been turning. See how the eyes, you know, are pointing towards you. I mean, towards me, but towards the person who's looking at it. The wheel's already like been launched. You may not realize it, but the stuff that you've been manifesting, that you've been working on, it has ripple effects. It has been working beyond the scenes or behind the scenes in ways that you haven't been able to see because you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to receive the blessings in and then acknowledge all of the hard work that you've put forth is actually been doing something. But you're not supposed to see all the wheels turning, all the cogs turning and everything. Just know, right? This is a little bit of confirmation for you that it's not like you've been putting forth this energy and not having any impact on the universe. Your frequencies have shifted other frequencies in this plane, you know, like stuff is working, okay? So really, when it feels like a spirit is saying that you need to trust in that, okay? Distract yourself with happy, high vibrational activities and relationships. Maintain your discipline here, and then things will come through. But if you sit in this, you know, reckless energy, or you allowed yourself to be swayed by this, or, you know, go for this offer that seems okay now, right? This lesser offer, then, you know, you may end up shooting yourself in the foot. Which brings us, of course, to this Three of Swords. This right here is the conclusion, okay? You may need to, I'm getting two sides of this, right? One is if you're not able to rest and you go for this lower offer, you may end up shooting yourself in the foot and have to deal with yet another trial, yet another lesson as the universe kind of shifts things around you, because things have already started turning. The butterfly flapped its wings to, you know, make the wind blow and make the ship sail and just all of that stuff. But, you know, if you go a different direction, then, you know, you're going to have to deal with a new lesson. However, if you maintain, honestly, genuinely maintain the path that you've been on, then you're going to receive what you've been waiting on, and just acknowledge that whoever gave you this offer, whoever's been trying to, you know, horn in on your energy, they are going to be left like this. There's not really going to be a scenario. This card is really telling me there's not going to be a scenario where everyone's happy. That's not going to happen, okay? You're making big moves. Big moves means big change, and someone's got to take the other side of the wheel. Okay, and if it's someone who's been trying to influence you, give you a lesser offer, hold you back, keep you where you are, stagnant, or even like only a small bump up when what you deserve and what you've been manifesting is a big bump up, then, you know, someone's got to be sad about this. I also really love this card. I mean, I love all of them, but because this doesn't feel like as tragic to me as Three of Swords usually does. To me, this kind of looks a little bit like stained glass-esque, beautiful stained glass like imagery. There's like even a flower in here. Like it's like through the heartbreak, there is good, you know, and there's always good even through the heartbreak. It may not feel like it at the time because emotions are just so powerful, and especially if you're an empath, like you feel so much. But remember, there's always a lesson in there. There's always a karmic lesson in there, for good or for worse. Like someone is going to be receiving good karma, someone's going to be receiving bad karma. It's about education, right? You learn from the experience. So for this, if you are true, right, and you are able to rest, you're able to keep your discipline, you're able to stay in a high vibrational state, you're more like these two swords that are coming in non-bloody. You see them? They're clean, and they are right here pointing towards this flower. There is going to be someone who's going to be hurt, though. There is. It's not your job to feel like you need to come up with a solution that's going to be happy for everyone. That's not your job. Your job is to maintain true to your soul's mission, to maintain your connection to the divine, to have faith and all of that, and anything that is here is a lesson, it's a reward, it's a tool that you can use to further yourself, okay? Because that is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make sure that you're the best you that you can be, so that you can maintain being an agent of divine love and light, okay? And when you keep your faith in this way, you inspire others, you teach others. So don't ever forget that. The Three of Swords is not really like that bad of a card, okay? It's about a lesson. Putting it right here with this Two of Cups and this King of Pentacles, right? This is the energy you need to embody or invite into your circle. This is how it's going to be. And by you doing this, okay, then someone has to learn, okay? It could be that this is someone in your inner circle that's trying to hold you back, and part of their karma is watching you be in this Two of Cups energy with this King of Pentacles. That's their lesson to learn. And that's what they deserve, right? For trying to hold you back. Instead of trying to elevate themselves, they're trying to bring someone else down. No, right? That is not how, that's not how it's supposed to be. That's not divine love and light. So don't feel bad. Don't feel like you're making a mistake because someone suffers. You know, you really end up hurting yourself if you feel like everyone is supposed to be happy. And I think it becomes easier to hurt yourself and limit your own opportunities if you're always thinking of a win-win-win-win-win situation for everyone else around you, and not considering yourself as really kind of the most important element within this negotiation. You have to be on top, okay? And not in a selfish way, but you have to be on top, because how else are you going to be able to spread those lessons of love and light? How else are you going to be able to be the best agent of love and light that you can be if you are constantly struggling or trying to play catch up, okay? So I really hope this helps you this week. Again, let's just zoom back in on our weight card. Don't rush into action right now. Don't. Bide your time for better results. Stuff is working. Look at this Wheel of Fortune. It's already turning. Stuff is already happening. It is your job now to rest, to play, to dream big for next year, to honor the deities around you, to honor the individuals around you, and laugh and have fun, okay, as we go into this new year, because this next year is going to be big. It's going to be big. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful week. Bye.